Hey everybody, we're gonna do another craft together today. This is kind of a springtime and an Easter craft, so I hope you'll enjoy it. You do need to gather some supplies together. I have my supply bucket next to me. So first you're gonna want something to cover the table. I'm gonna use pieces of an old brown paper bag, but I'm gonna lay that down. You're also going to need a cardboard egg carton. Styrofoam doesn't work quite as well because it's hard to paint and color on, which is what part of our project, but you'll need an egg carton or two. You will also need some paint, whatever type of paint you want to use. I got lots of different colors we're going to work through, and you're also going to need a pair of scissors. So go ahead, take a minute and gather your supplies together. Oliver's here to help me out with this craft, which is okay for the beginning, so I'm gonna let him be. But we're gonna go ahead and start with that egg carton. So today we're gonna be making some springtime critters, as well as empty tomb and some angels to celebrate the resurrection. So I want you to go ahead and open up your egg carton and cut the lid off the top of your egg carton. You should be able to do this relatively easy with any type of scissors. If you do need help, don't hesitate to ask an adult who's around you. The next thing is we're gonna start to cut all these little sections apart. So if I were to cut this whole thing up, I would have 12 little egg carton sections. And so you just wanna cut basically here through the middle, and then you'll have to work your way down on the inside. Just cut them apart as best you can. You're welcome to trim them into circles or leave all the little tabs on for a little bit of fun, but we're gonna go ahead and get those all cut apart. All right, for this next step, I have all my little pieces, and what I'm gonna do is the outside edge, that's the full side. For the sides that have these kind of square edges, I'm gonna trim that off. I want them to have a little more rounded feel. And then I'm gonna cut this side down just a tiny bit so that they sit flat on a surface. So again, I'm just following kind of the bottom edge of that curve on the front side, so it looks like that. And on the back side, I'm just gonna trim them down slightly so that they sit a little bit flatter. So I can actually almost set it in front of you, but that way they sit flat instead of sitting a little funny like the one over here. And so I'm gonna do that for all of my pieces so that we kind of have this nice fun front edge to be able to use for our shapes that we're creating. Now that I have my edges trimmed on all my pieces, I'm gonna pull out some paint to be able to start painting. So I'm gonna make some bunnies as well as some chickens for kind of some springtime feel. I might also paint some flowers, and then lastly, I'm gonna make sure that I paint 2 of my shapes white to make into angels to stand outside the empty tomb. So I'm also gonna make sure that I leave 1 unpainted to be my empty tomb. And we'll come back to how we're gonna make that look, and then I'm gonna paint 2 of these to be white to see some angels. Well, now that I have all my pieces painted, the next step is to start to decorate. And so I have like buttons and beads that were just laying around the house. I grabbed some glue. I also have the top to my egg carton, which I can cut up and either paint or color and then glue onto our shapes. And so I'm gonna work on making a chick and some flowers, as well as a bunny rabbit, and I'm also going to be working on an empty tomb. And so I'm going to start working on those, and then I'll show you what they look like at the end. You are welcome to be creative and kind of use whatever supplies you have at home to start to make some shapes. All right, here you can see our final products. We have a ladybug and a bunny rabbit, as well as an Easter chick. I only had so many googly eyes, so he looks a little odd. And then in celebration of Easter, we have the open tomb with an angel, and then the shadow of a cross in the background, reminding us of the sacrifice of Christ. We also here have 2 flowers. So you could make all springtime critters. You can make a whole garden of flowers. You could make some empty tombs to give away to remind people of the resurrection. But I certainly do hope that you enjoy this craft that we did together, and happy Easter.